tell you a little bit about what's going to happen. You've all got your drinks. Dr. Gunney's going to come up here in a second, and he's going to explain a couple things. What he's going to explain to you is not something that you normally hear. And the reason I can stand up here and talk to you is because I live what he says. These are my kids, the two on the end. My kids have not been to an MD in over 3 years. In over 3 years, my kids, he used to go twice a month. By the time I graduated from high school, was diagnosed with high blood pressure, given medication, and on and on and on. In my last 2 DOT physicals, I have had no restrictions on high blood pressure, and I take no prescriptions. None at all. What he's going to tell you tonight is not something that you're going to normally hear, but he's going to explain why it's the truth. And as I stand up here and my family stands beside me, this is the way we live. This is the way I have chosen to take care of my family. And like I said, it's going to be an awakening type of experience. So without further ado, Dr. Gunney.
Doctor in the United States. Colton? Who is it?
You.
Thanks. Yeah, me. Some of my patients might say me, but that's not the case. I wish it was. I'm trying to get there, get close. Television. Anybody think that's funny? All right, you're sitting there watching CSI Miami. 1 out of every 4 commercials. You got a restless leg? Take this. Got a little blue pill for this. We got a little green pill for this. We've got a pill for everything, and the TV tells us if we've got it, we need to take this, right? Number 2, internet. We got a headache, and it's right here, so we go on Google. Got a headache on the top right of my head, what's wrong? Google tells us. And a lot of times it'll tell you what pill to take to fix it, right? Problem with that is that it's a very reactive system. We have this problem, now we need to figure out how to fix it, right? Who does that with cavities? Who waits till we get the cat? This little Dominic over here raised his hand. That's what he does. No. Who waits till you have a cavity before you go to the dentist? No. Well, some of them. I haven't been to the dentist in a while, but we don't typically do that. How often are we supposed to go to the dentist? Once every 6 months. Everybody knows that, right? How many? We don't work on cards like that. Who waits? I had a lady actually raise her hand on this last time. How many of us wait till we lock up the car motor before we go get the oil changed? That lady actually raised her hand. She said it was the truth. She actually did. Yeah, we don't do that. We change our oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. It's called preventative maintenance. We're supposed to prevent things from happening. So why are we here? Why did I invite all of you to this dinner? Buy you dinner? I want Amarillo to be the healthiest city on the planet. That's just as easy as it gets. I want as many people as possible to hear this story, because most people don't get to hear this information. My family made this possible. Everybody give my wife a clap here. So they're awesome. A lot of people ask, usually most people when they come into my office, they want to know why I decided to become a chiropractor. The story's quite easy. My sister was born premature. She was tiny, and for the first 6 months of her life had ear infections in both ears. They put her on 8 different rounds of antibiotics trying to fix it, and it didn't touch the ear infections. They were still there. So what's the next idea to do? Put some tubes in. She's 6 months old. My mom's like, we're not doing any surgery, no matter how minor it is, on my 6-month-old daughter. And so somebody said, why don't you take her to a chiropractor? I heard they can kind of work with ear infections. And so my mom knew a guy that she went to high school with. They wound up being a chiropractor in the town next to us, about 15 minutes away. So we took her in. He's checking out my sister. He's feeling of her neck. Top bone in the neck, most important bone, we've already gone over, was out of place. And he said, Becky, this bone's out of place and it's putting pressure on nerves, and it's actually affecting the musculature in the top part of her neck, and it's not letting the ears drain like it's supposed to. If you let me put this bone back in place, her body will be able to heal itself and it'll drain these ears off. My mom said, whatever we got to do to avoid putting tubes in. And so he adjusted. That night, her right ear drained out completely. After 2 more adjustments, her left ear drained completely. She is 17 years old now and has never had another ear infection. I was 9 years old then, and I knew I wanted to be in healthcare. I knew I wanted to help people be better. At that point, I was like, I've got to be a chiropractor. This is amazing. Here she is. This was last year's picture. She's smiling here. 2 reasons. She's got a driver's license. We're all scared, but she's happy. Secondly, she is the healthiest, most vibrant, most excited 17-year-old kid I've ever seen and met in my life. She's healthy. She's loving life. She gets adjusted all the time. She's just loving it. So, anybody interested? I want to do a comprehensive history. I want to discuss problems that you have. I want to do a consultation. I want to do an exam. If I need any x-rays, we're going to shoot those x-rays. We're going to come back, do a report of findings, go over everything that I found. We're going to figure out what's wrong with your health. If I can't help you, I'm going to get you the help you need. I'm going to give you my recommendations completely free of charge, including the x-rays. Anybody ever had x-rays taken? Anybody spent like $450 on x-rays? Right. I'm going to do it for free because I told you I'm not going to try to sell you on anything. I just want to see, can I help you? And I want to show you what's wrong. So, free of charge. So how was it? Anybody have fun? Anybody learn anything new? That's what I'm hoping. Challenge you a little bit, right? Learn how to read minds. Did anybody think I should continue doing this? You think it's important that Amarillo get this information? All right. So what I want you to do, we're going to hand out some slips of paper. I want you to pull out your phone, and I want you to look at people in your phone list that have problems that need to know if they can be fixed. And I want you to put their name and number down. I want to invite them to my next dinner. I'm going to buy them dinner. I'm going to give them the same offer, free to come get checked out. I'm not going to cold call your friends, so you have to promise me you're going to call them first, and then I'm going to call them and invite them to my next dinner. I do one of these every 2 or 3 weeks. But I want you to think of that guy that misses work all the time because he's got a low back pain. I heard you say low back pain when you thought that was probably the first adjustment. The kid that misses school all the time because of ear infections. It's just not right. And you got a lady that works up in the desk next to you that's got headaches all the time, migraine headaches, right? So just to make it interesting, I like to have fun here. Everybody here's already got a ticket for the drawings. We've got a $15 Starbucks gift card. Everybody wants it. We got a $15 iTunes gift card. Everybody wants that. And we've got a $50 Visa gift card you can use anywhere. We're going to draw for those. So everybody here gets a ticket to get a chance to win those. Any of my patients who brought guests will get 3 tickets. And any of you guests that sign up to come in and get checked out yourself get 5 tickets toward that drawing. And then each person that you write down on this list for me to call and invite to my next talk gets you another additional ticket per person toward these drawings. So that's all I've got. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to eat. We're going to have a blast. We're going to do this drawing. I'm going to walk around and answer any questions any of you might have. Other than that, as Dr. Gunney, I really appreciate you guys coming in. So that's all we got.